Good afternoon, this is Occupier Kaylin coming to you live with a bonus protest. I didn't know about this until after I got back to the CCI office after the McDonald's action, that there would be a protest in front of the federal building here. And so I heard about that. I'm all over that one. Since this is April 15th, tax day, the deadline for people to file their federal income tax returns here in the U.S., this is a protest against corporate tax breaks, corporate welfare, and people, these corporations setting up their headquarters overseas through mergers with companies in other countries. As an example, Burger King, the U.S. fast food chain, has merged with Canada's coffee house chain Tim Hortons, and they're establishing their headquarters in Canada. So that means Burger King will not pay U.S. corporate income taxes, so they're tax dodging and only paying Canada's corporate tax. But there are no Burger King locations in Canada yet. I don't know if they will or what, but that's what they're doing. And there are other companies that have wanted to merge with foreign companies so they can avoid corporate tax. Starbucks, for example, has not paid corporate taxes for their locations in England. And there's so many other examples. Walgreens wanted to establish a corporate headquarters overseas, but they got so much pressure that they ended up not doing it. And the wind is picking up pretty good, and some of the signs that were just in a bag or loose were flying away, and people had to go chase them down. Another group here. Put the bullhorn on it. That'll keep it down. So we have a couple from American Food Service Committee Des Moines, and they have their governing under the influence vertical banners that they're going to mount on these posts once they get assembled. And I heard about this action earlier today when we had returned to the Iowa Citizens for Community Improvement office after the protest of the McDonald's against their low wage, calling for them franchise owners to pay their workers a living wage instead of a slave wage. And so someone mentioned this. I'm all over this one. While these vertical banners get set up, people are grabbing signs, others are coming up, and so again, I do apologize. It's rather windy out here. And earlier, before I went live, one of the security guys came out, or an employee of the federal building came out, wondering what was up, and he actually agreed. But I seriously doubt he would say that to anyone inside the building. So, one of the other groups that is here call themselves the Raging Grannies. And they are a group that is associated with Women's International League for Peace and Freedom, or WILF. And they create song lyrics to send a message about various issues: corporate tax dodging, corporate welfare, and just assorted things like that. They will take a familiar tune and put their own words to it, and they might wear goofy hats and plastic glaze, or the fake feather boas and things like that, just to look the part. And there are even men who are part of the Raging Grannies group. So this political banner is close to being jacked up. Governing under the influence. The top 5 Pentagon weapons contractors spent $53 million in influence in Congress in 2003. And what did they get in return? $142 billion in government contracts. So that is just one example of the corporate wealth. It's almost like bribing. They're buying influence, buying votes. Is how the wind will probably be trying to wrap these things. But I just want to give you a read of what that one is. There will be some speakers who will be standing on this colorful thing that someone made. Just people are chatting as waiting for others to show up and for the banners to get put up.
Sherry said this is yours. It is it's very nice. It's been pretty beautiful beverage. You want me to tie the back? Just a lot of all right. I bet there's.
Yeah, you want to get it on the inside of a cane.
There, you can have that.
Thank you.
Hi, Sherry. How are you?
Have a few more people here.
I know. It's all for the greater good, you know.
I think you kind of like it.
She goes, yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's going to take a while because.
And others have these sashes, similar to beauty queen sashes. And a couple of, they have tiaras on.
Intentionally keep it after you take it, just the time.
Hello.
I mean, that's a good sign that
Well, this will add to the political street theater effect. And some of these Raging Grannies are putting the aprons on. And after all, that was the fashion back in the days. You know, women wore aprons. I actually have an apron at home that I made for quite a few years ago. It's bright colors. It's red, green, and gold, vertical stripes. So I don't wear it.
You don't wear it?
No, I mean it's well. For one thing, I don't want to get it dirty. But I wore it for a specific outfit, and because I don't do that anymore. But I wonder if that would be Raging Granny material. So this is U.S. discretionary budget. It's a long banner, and each color represents a different sector of the budget. Military being the biggest in red, and then all the other segments are much smaller and different colors. Catch that with your foot. Here, I'll hold that and you can pick that thing up. I think it fell out of someone's bag or something, I don't know.
Maggie's checking to see if she has a pin for my...
I got paper clip. I don't know if that'll work.
Sure. Adam, do you think we should move these?
Hey, you want to try it?
Thank you.
Hey, you millionaires, pay your fair share. Hey, you millionaires, pay your
here we
fair
go.
share. Say what? Hey, you millionaires, pay your fair share.
Hey, you millionaires, pay your fair share.
Hey, you millionaires, pay your fair share. Say what? Hey, you millionaires, pay your fair share.
I hope I don't make a bunch of noise for today. Well, I think everybody here's going to pay their fair share of taxes, right? Yeah. And if you haven't done it already, you're going to do it by midnight, I hope. Well, we are calling on the mega corporations to do the very same thing. In fact, you know how they're always saying they pay 35%?
Yeah, right.
We don't pay anywhere close to 35%. In fact,
There.
all the figures show it's more like,
That was adjusting my height.
12%. And that ain't right. That ain't right. That definitely. And some of them don't pay any taxes at all. Some of them get a refund even. And that ain't right either. Well, we're mad because it's really not tax day for giant corporations.
Oop, it's the wind.
Oh, it's the wind. So tax day for us, but not tax day for them. I'll give an example of ExxonMobil. They made $19 billion, that's billion with a B, in profits a couple years ago. Not only did they pay no income taxes, but guess what? They got a $156 million rebate from the IRS.
Corporate welfare.
That's corporate welfare, that's right. In Citigroup, they made more than $4 billion in profits the year that they got the big bailout. $2.5 billion bailout from the taxpayers. And that's not fair. So that's why we're protesting. We want mega corporations to pay their fair share. I want to honor all of the postal ministers here today. They'd all come to give us a yell and let us know where they're sitting or standing. We will.
Wealth is all over.
I'm the CCI. American Front Service Committee. The South Central Iowa Federation of Labor. Catholic Peace Ministry. Methodist Federation of Social Action. AFSCME Retiree Chapter 61. Move to amend. Progress Iowa. Iowa Citizen Action Network. And the Alliance of Retired Americans.
And a few occupiers. Yeah, a few occupiers are here, you know.
And occupiers. Well, I'm from the Hill. My name's Jan Parker. I'm from the Hill here today. And I want to tell you that we need to support taxes and support the common good. Things like high school, clean air, clean water. Well, we still got clean air, clean water over there. They need more money. We also support tax breaks for the elderly. Anybody here remember the Golden Girls?
Yeah.
Well, I don't care if you identify with Dorothy or Rose or Blanche or Sophia, but don't you feel good about supporting tax policies that let them girls have fun down in Florida? Yeah. Well, I'm pleased to tell you that here in Iowa, for the first time ever, 2014, elderly did not pay taxes on their Social Security, and that's a good thing. And even more important, or as important, our military didn't pay taxes on their benefits here. But dodging the tax man.
The 1%.
And that's the 1%, isn't it?
Yep.
In fact, all of the taxes that it takes to support our country's budget, the richest 1% only pay about 5% of their taxes. And the 20% that are at the bottom wage earners, there's 20% of them, they pay 11%.
That ain't right.
And that ain't right. There's something we're doing for them, and that's that earned income credit. And that's something that really helps with a little bit of money in that bottom 20%. And I'm also pleased to say that this year, 2014, that amount went to 15% here in Iowa. So it's the highest it's ever been in Iowa. But you know, there's one thing that's not working well here in Iowa. That's the RAC, the Research Activity Credit. Boo! Well, last year that was a $51 million giveaway.
Great.
Something that
Someone honked
we
as they're
gave to
driving
those
by.
big companies in Iowa under the guise of a research activity credit. $51 million out of our tax out of our pockets. And most of them wasn't even a credit claim. It was $38 million that they got in refunds. In other words, they paid no taxes, and then they got $38 million on top of that.
That's whacked.
On top.
That's not right.
That's not right. You know what we could do with that? They're arguing about school funding right now.
Yeah, still ain't got it.
Just that one account, that $38 million, would put 1% on every one of our schools, every one of Iowa's schools. And the top 5 companies that are benefiting from that. And I know everybody's going to like this one. Monsanto.
Oh. I got some choice words for Monsanto.
DuPont.
Oh, I got some choice words for
Construction.
Oh, yeah.
Rockwell Collins. Companies that over and over again are getting these racks, and it's got to stop. It's really got to stop. And that's why we're here today. I want to call on Adam Mason from CCI. He's got a lot to say about taxes, too. Let's get Adam up here.
Too windy for the bullhorn.
So today is tax day, April 15th, 4/15. And today, all across the country, workers, everyday folks who don't make a whole lot of money but pay their taxes, we're out on the streets fighting for 15. 4/15, the fight for 15, to raise the wage to $15 an hour. That's right. However, elected officials in Congress out in Washington, D.C. today showed us who they really were paying attention to.
Oops.
Today in Congress, they voted to roll back the estate tax for billionaires. That's right. So they've really showed us who they're working on at the same time that those of us who need a raise the most, who pay our taxes, are out in the streets saying we need it better. Congress has showed us who they're working for, and that they're working for the millionaires and billionaires and mega corporations. And that ain't right. So we're here on tax day to say it's time to stop your corporate tax dodging. It's time to start paying your fair share, just like the rest of us, right? Right. So the only other thing, that we have to see is we know who Congress is working for, and we know why they're working for the millionaires and billionaires. It's because they're beholden to them because they like taking the campaign contributions. So in addition to making corporations pay their fair share, there's something else we know we got to do. We got to amend the Constitution. We got to get big money out of politics, right?
I heard that.
All right. So raise the wage, amend the Constitution, make corporations pay their fair share. Let's do it.
Well, you're getting so much feedback through the bullhorn with the wind blowing across it.
So come on, raging grannies. Come on up. All right. Yay.
You don't know the lyrics, do you? I didn't either.
All right. We're the raging grannies. All right. Raging. Part of the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom.
I'm changing position to give you a better view of them.
Okay?
Move closer together, you guys.
Okay.
Ready? I am a person. You are a person with flesh and blood and with mind and conscience. The corporation is not a person. That word belongs to you and me. Big corporations make millions in profits. They pay no taxes, get millions in refunds. We workers pay for their profit and refunds. How is that fair to you and me? They dump big money into elections, buying our Congress and legislations. The corporations, a legal fiction, now has more rights than you and me. I am a person, you are a person, with flesh and blood and with mind and conscience. The corporation is not a person. That word belongs to you and me. They're always cutting our people's programs for women and children.
In other words, austerity.
Workers, they blame the unions and public servants like teachers. They just don't care for you and me. I pay my taxes, you pay your taxes. Big corporations don't pay their taxes. They're getting wealthy off our backs. That's just not fair to you and me. I am a person, you are a person, with flesh and blood and with mind and conscience. The corporation is not a person. That word belongs to you and me. Thanks to Maggie Rowland, too, for the words to that song.
You missed the song.
Oh, the others will come later.
I did have just a personal note. I just wanted to tell you one thing about taxes. And you know, I don't have a problem with my net income. It's with my gross
I held that so the wind wouldn't blow it away.
I'll turn it over to my kids.
Oh boy. Friends and members of this great community, I'm here to talk about taxes and our school. Taxes, my friends, are for the benefit of the people and not for the rich corporations who pay no taxes or their fair share. Brothers and sisters, we have 17 schools receiving our public money who pay no taxes or their fair share. They are in it to make a profit. Why should private schools get our money so they can make a profit at the public expense? It is the Republican legislature that underfunds our public schools at the expense of your children and my grandchildren.
That's right.
I had a professor tell me, Mike, 5% of the students will not learn regardless how good is the teacher. Another 5% will learn in spite of the teacher. But 90% will learn if you have good teachers and good facilities. And that's what you want. The Republican Party don't give a damn about education or teachers. We want our children to have the best teachers and the best public facilities. We had that in the 50s and the 60s. The public schools must be properly funded and supported. Therefore, vote the Republicans out and put education first. Not rich who only take care of themselves and self. Put the money where it belongs.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you guys doing? It's a beautiful day out here. You'll notice it says Kevin would be speaking. I am not Kevin.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I'm usually the one that gives the speeches, and there's a reason for that. It's because I have a tendency to give these long, meandering stories about something historical, and then finally bring it back to a relevant point. Well, congratulations, you get to hear one of those today. This is a better reception than I usually get. Most people tend to tune out. So I want to talk to you all about the Titanic, which happened to sink 103 years ago today. Most people know the story of the Titanic. Struck an iceberg, sunk in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean on its way to New York. Many lives lost. What most people don't know is that this story, like most stories, has protagonists and it has antagonists. I'm going to let you guys decide which one is which. I want to talk to you about Bruce Ismay, the chief executive of the White Star Line, who was on board the Titanic, who constantly told them to ignore regulations on speed so that they get to New York sooner, make more money, guarantee that he would get a big payout from the White Star Line. You want to know who one of the first people on the lifeboats were? Bruce Ismay. Now I want to tell you another story. It's about the electrical workers who were working in the breaker room that night, who were dismissed 45 minutes before the ship sank so they could save their own lives. Now one of them did it so that they could keep the lights on and prevent a panic. Now which one do you think are the good guys and the bad guys?
The electrical workers.
That's right, the electrical workers. Well, I want to tell you something. That story sounds pretty damn familiar. You want to know why? Because the ship of state has hit an iceberg, and the billionaires and the corporate CEOs are the first ones going to the lifeboats. They're going to safe places like China and Mexico and the Cayman Islands, where they're guaranteed maximized profits, minimum regulations, and no responsibilities whatsoever. While people like us, the working class, are out here trying to save our country because we care about the American people and we care what happens to it. Well, I'm pretty fed up with it, you guys, and I think you guys are too. I'm fed up that people like my mother, who makes $27,000 a year, pays more in taxes than Warren Buffett, than the CEO of any major corporation. I'm fed up that my old English teacher and her husband, who graduated from a top 25 law school and then decided to devote his life to legal aid, pays more in taxes than the CEOs of billionaire companies. Are you guys fed up about this? Yeah. All right. Well, if you're fed up as I am, I want you to find one of us. I want you to find me, Kevin, John, anybody who works for AFSC. Find Adam, talk to them, talk to candidates who are coming out here, and let them know that you're aware of this issue, you're fed up, you're fired up, and you're ready to go.
All right.
AFSC is American Friends Service Committee. They are a Quaker activist organization.
You know, taxes are supposed to be to discourage something, right? You pay taxes to discourage something. Well, it's time to discourage things like pollution.
That's right.
And things like that. So I'm going to turn it over to Rick Smith from Organizing for America.
Thank you, Jan. Welcome, young ladies and young gentlemen. Great to be here. So Jan asked me to talk about the latest disaster coming from, guess who? Terry, Governor for Life, Branstad.
Brain dead.
And that is the takeover of Medicaid. I think you probably all heard about
Yep.
this. This is a huge, I mean, I can't find words big enough to describe this program. It's over $4 billion. It's 560,000 Iowans. That's 18% of our population. Almost one-fifth of our population is benefiting from Medicaid. To make this really simple, Governor Branstad has put grandma's care out for bid. That's really what it is.
It would be
Branstad
like
administration, along with lots of Republicans, believe
the United Kingdom
government is
privatizing
bad,
the National Health
private
Service.
enterprise is always better. So we're going to take a Medicaid program that's really working pretty well, and we're going to turn it over to private companies. Now, why are we going to do that? They say more money. They say we're going to save money. That's what they say we're going to do.
Save money, my dupa.
So here's the deal. It's a $4 billion program. They claim we're going to save money, but we're going to pay 10% more because we got to pay the insurance company something. They don't do this for free. So we're going to pay 10% more of a $4 billion program, and we're going to save money. How are they going to do that? They're going to do that because grandma's not going to get the same kind of care she's been getting before. Something has got to be squeezed. Services will be squeezed. How many of you people know someone living on Medicaid? I know lots of Iowans. Both my in-laws were in nursing homes. And I know what happens when the squeeze starts coming. Instead of having 3 aides on the floor, you have 2 aides on the floor. Somebody falls, they don't get to them right away. Some kind of service is going to be cut. Now, in addition to that, you remember all the big steam Republicans made about Obamacare losing their doctor? That was a very small percentage of people that had to make another choice. With Medicaid, 560,000 Iowans, they may all lose their doctor. Here's what's going to happen. These insurance companies will choose the doctors, they'll choose the providers, and they'll choose the level of service. They will make that choice. Iowans won't make that choice, they'll make that choice. Now, you would think the governor had this whole planned out, right? And he's got a plan he can show us. We're going to save money here, it's going to be better service. You go to the governor's office, ask for a plan. They have no plan. There is no plan. I've been up talking to legislators. The legislators look at their numbers and they say, this makes no sense. This is not economically feasible. It's crazy. I worked in private business for 34 years. I developed business plans. If I saw their business plan, I would laugh. It's hysterical.
What business plan?
There is no business plan, exactly. But who's going to suffer? It's all the folks on Medicaid. So we've got to tell this governor, this has got to be stopped. There's an oversight committee in the Senate that's really looking it over. They can't stop it, but they're trying to slow it down. So we need to talk to all of our senators and say, please stop this before it happens. Thank you.
That's what the UK is doing to the National Health Service, they're privatizing it. And people are dying as a result. So the raging grannies.
Instead, we're going to sing a little song called Taxes Unending at the bottom of your, on the back of your sheet. To the tune of Are You Sleeping, Brother John? We'll go through it once together, and then we'll do it as a round, okay? And this half will start the second time through, and then this half will join us after the 1st of July. Okay? And then we'll sing it twice through.
Are we first?
However it works out, it'll be fine. Okay? We're all going to do it together once, okay? Taxes unending, corporation spending, not for us, not for us. Reinstate some sanity, turn
Tune is
it to humanity.
Frere Jacques or where
Common good. Taxes
Father Jacques,
unending,
that's what the tune is.
corporation spending, not for us, not for us. Reinstate some sanity, turn it to humanity. Not for us, not for us. Reinstate some sanity, turn it to humanity. Not for us, not for us. Reinstate some sanity, turn it to humanity. Not for us, not for us. Reinstate some sanity, turn it to humanity. Common good, common good. Good job.
We got one more song. Okay. Guess what? You know what I'm going to talk about, so don't all walk home. Anyway, a special day is coming up. May 10th, a special day. It's the 129th birthday of personhood, corporate personhood in this country. That's
this person.
they were part of that case, the Supreme Court case, Santa Clara versus U.S. Santa Clara County versus Southern Pacific Railroad. And it was at that case, it wasn't even a case that was going to be tried or decided
about personhood, the clerk wrote in the header, I'll paraphrase a little bit, that because it would make such good sense for the corporation to be considered persons, for this particular case they were going to be considered persons. And the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, who was a former railroad executive, they were the strongest corporation at that time, said, okay, we'll just go ahead and do it that way. That was the very first time they used the 14th Amendment, the Anti-Discrimination Amendment that was meant to be for the freed slaves. But it worked out very well for them. They didn't want to be discriminated against. Can you imagine? And if for a little bit on statistics, even though that 14th Amendment was meant for the freed slaves, they used it 19 times, but corporations used it 288 times. They immediately after that first case, the Santa Clara versus Southern Pacific Railroad, immediately after that, they brought many cases up before the Supreme Court so that it went into precedent. So now we do have a real big job to get rid of it. We have not decided what action we're going to take on May 10th, but we will be doing something. It may have to be May 11th or May 9th because May 10th is Mother's Day. And though maybe we could get a lot of mothers out because they're suffering because of, as the rest of us are, because of corporations being powerful enough to use our Constitution, specifically the worst time in this recent Citizens United case. So, watch for May 10th. We'll have something going on, and I hope you'll help us get the word out. More and more, I should just tell you a little something. Read the paper today where they tell about what...
The Des Moines Register.
It's in the Des Moines Register. They tell about what Hillary Clinton said in one of her meetings. She brought up the fact that we have to take away the power no matter how we do it. And then she had it just a line, even if we have to amend the Constitution. I wonder what she meant. Makes me feel a little better about her. Thank you.
We'll just have to hold her to it.
Have to hold her.
Yeah.
She said we'll have to hold her to it.
Yeah, let's let these ladies go and then you do that. Come on up.
Good evening, or afternoon, everybody. I am Miss My Clean Water.
And I am Miss My Education.
And we're drawing points to places on the federal budget that aren't getting enough funding because so much money is going to, guess what? The military.
That is the banner that I showed earlier.
We are EPA is underfunded, education is underfunded, and many other things.
Thanks, everybody. I'm Erica with Catholic Peace Ministry. This is Patty. She's also a volunteer with us in AFSC. We thank you for coming out today, and we just encourage you to talk to as many people as you can about this budget. Most recent projections for fiscal year 2016 are showing over $600 billion for the Pentagon. So you can imagine where that's going, not to any of these social services that we're talking about today. So you'll see us out with our street theater. Come join us sometime. And as you can see,
Yes.
we have had better days.
Yes, and we have more sashes to share.
I have for sure had better days. So thank you.
Thank you. And Jan has an announcement, so go ahead, Jan.
You have to say last name of 3 Jans. This one.
Use your shoulder to get up.
Okay. Yeah, there's a siren going by.
Okay. Now, I'm going to try to talk loudly. This is an announcement some of you may have heard, but tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. at the Varsity Theater, I hope you will join us. We're putting on a film. It's about global climate change, and it's a film called Extreme Ice, which I got off of the internet, not the internet, but I got it off the television, and it's an incredible film. It is free to everyone, and we hope that you will all come. It'll be an hour long, and it's awful and beautiful at the same time. It's all about a man named Balog who went in 2006. Imagine that, 9 years ago he did this film, and we haven't done anything about global climate change, not much anyway. Little bits here and there all over the world. We need to do a lot more. Hopefully we'll get some ideas tomorrow. We're going to have at the end of the film, which lasts 1 hour, Mayor County and David Hari, who's a professor at Drake, are going to be having a discussion of the film afterwards. So please come, it's free and it'll be wonderful. So I hope to see you there. 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at the Varsity for free. Just come and walk in. Thank you both very much. Thanks.
I was letting her borrow my shoulder.
Well, thank you, Jan. We've got it. We're gonna close with the Raging Grannies. But is there anybody else who would like to speak? Any announcements or anything at all?
One announcement.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, I'd like to read it to the editor. Wonderful.
How many of us here are Native Americans or descended from Native Americans? Raise your hand. Good, good. How many of you saw the cartoon of the Native American chiefs welcoming the Mayflower colonists and turning to each other and asking whether they would leave when their visas expired? How many of you know what we do now with people who come to this land and want to live here to make a better life for themselves? Escaping, you know about it.
Yep.
Escaping dangerous, violent situations in their own country. Some of them being killed. Even children are being killed in Central America. What do we do when they come here? We send them back. We send them back. And they get killed. But very often before we send them back, we detain them and put them into privately owned prisons.
Corrections Corporation of
Outsourced by
America
our
is
federal
one.
government. It's where our taxes go, by the way. They pay to these owners of these prisons. You know that law now requires 36,000 beds to be occupied by immigrants every day, constantly. So the corporations that own these prisons are seeking to fill those beds, and that means that ICE is out trying
Immigrations
to
and
arrest
Customs
anybody they
Enforcement.
can. They are now even going to private homes and dragging people out of their homes. That's what's happening. And that involves our tax money as well. We are supporting those prisons through our federal government. We need to stop that. It's not right. Let's do something about it.
Illegal immigrants today, U.S. citizens and born citizens tomorrow.
Yes, yes, yes.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Thank you. Well, if we could ask the Raging Grannies to close us out. And
One more time.
let's all sing along one more time.
You're all in great voice today, I might add. This last song is to the tune of When the Saints Go Marching In. And if you feel like marching a little while you're singing, that'd be all right. You know, or moving around. Okay? You ready? Well, thank you all for being here, too. It's something we can do is raise our voices and then turn it
No,
into
not
action.
quite James Brown.
When corporations pay their tax. When corporations pay their tax. Hallelujah, how I want to be in that number. When corporations pay their tax. Well, it's not. Well, it's not.
just for a few.
Don't you know how
I want to be in that number when corporations pay their tax. When corporate funds not by laws. Corporate funds not by laws. Oh, how I want to be in that number when corporate functions not by laws. When workers get a living wage. When workers get a living wage. Oh, how I want to be in that number when workers get a living wage. When money doesn't equal speech. When money doesn't equal speech. Oh, how I want to be in that number when money doesn't equal speech. When MTA wins every state. When MTA wins every state.
MTA is move to amend.
To be in that number when MTA wins every state.
Oh, yes, everything. When corporations
pay their tax. When corporations pay their tax. Oh, how I want to be in that number when corporations pay their tax. Corporations pay their tax. Be in that number when corporations pay their tax.
When you decide to do an action, is there any way that, I get AFSC mailings, would that also, is there a separate list for, the Catholic Peace Ministry?
Yeah, there is. I can put you on our email list.
Yeah, that'd be awesome because,
Do you have your email with you or? Or I can, let me put it down in my phone, okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be great.
Thank you.
I'm going to get on the Catholic Peace Ministry email list so I can be alerted of any upcoming actions. I'm on the American Foreign Service Committee
for putting this together
mailing list.
and have a great trip.
Sherry was the leader of the
Okay. And I'll be expecting you to show up for your full time.
Might as well give you my phone number too. So.
Okay, go ahead. Thanks for
Okay, my phone number or what I want first?
email.
Okay, MILA Strain STRAIN.
Good to see you. Thank you.
1004 at gmail.com.
Oh, I tell you.
That's my cat's email address, but she lets me use it.
Here a lot more with the
And
elections coming up,
Kaylin,
of course.
that's KAYLYNN. Strain, STRAIN.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And my phone number is 681-7994.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's horrific. It's
You're welcome. I was giving my contact info so that I can follow their stuff and get alerts on when they do upcoming actions. Because I want to give them coverage because the mainstream media will not do it. Oh, I'm talking to my viewers. So that's why I wanted to give her my contact info. And so the May 10th or somewhere close to that, I want to cover those as well.
Yeah, I'm the night one because I'm in the black and she's in the
We all got it. Got it?
It's going over there.
Yeah, right. Last name. You're with Kevin.
box for that.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
So it looks like that's pretty much it for here. The one in May, that the first anniversary of Citizens United, there was a protest in front of the federal courthouse. So that's an idea.
Tell me what you said.
I said, the first anniversary of Citizens United, there was a protest in front of the federal courthouse.
Here?
Yeah, here.
Okay.
So that that could be an idea.
There. That was something we put together.
Yeah. So that would be a good idea to do something like that for May. That May
yes.
one.
And maybe hand out birthday cards or something like that, or have a big sign that looks like a birthday card. I don't know, but would you come if we do it?
Oh yeah, I mean, I would like to. Is there some I can give like my email address or phone number to, so I can be alerted when you're going to do it?
Yeah.
So I can come live stream it.
Yeah, would you be interested in coming out to our Move to Amend meetings too? Learning a little bit more. That's more than what you want, huh?
Well, that would depend on location.
And it does not. There's no dues at all.
Yeah.
We meet in the Plymouth Place building, 42nd and There's a bus goes right.
Oh yeah. I know about the cylinder.
Yeah,
that's my nickname for that building.
It is a cylinder.
Yeah.
It's not just a round building. It's a cylindrical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if we're not there, we are across the street at Plymouth Church. So either place. And there's no dues. Yeah, and it's building quite a bit.
Yeah, when
second Monday of every month at 7. So we just had one this past Monday.
Okay.
But let's see. You're not a member of WILF, are you? Because that's always
I'm not. But I have considered it.
Give me your email address.
Okay.
And then do you have something that we've got written down? And I'll give it to Carolyn, because Carolyn does that. She sends out her notices. This will be something right on. Okay. You better pen. Huh?
Yep.
Here, and this will be a good table. I'm so glad you're still doing things.
Oh, yeah.
But I wish you were still singing too. Do you sing a little bit?
No, I don't do that anymore.
Is that not part of the religion then?
Right, and
voice is a little different as years go by, isn't it?
Yep.
That's a long. Oh, that second line is the actual.
That's my email.
Yeah, and the top line is just your name.
And that's my phone number.
Oh, I might just call you instead.
Yeah.
Because if that's all right, because we don't send separate notices, it mostly goes to our WILF. But I will call you. There are two that aren't WILF members, and they get phone calls. 681-7994.
Yep.
Well, it's always good to see you, Pam.
Oh yeah.
Right, going back to those occupied times and all.
Yep. And of course, I was having some fun over at McDonald's.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good.
Yes.
Got lots of street response.
Yes.
And people just came out and just off the street and joined us.
That was in the You were saving it unbeknownst. It's a handout from another time.
Well, sometimes these big feet do good things.
Yes. Who knows?
Little guy in a motorcycle just talking to a couple of other people here. Yeah, we were some of us who are at the 6th Avenue McDonald's protesting for a $15 minimum wage.
Kicking off work early.
What happened? Did you get some press?
Well, a registered reporter came, and of course I streamed it. I didn't see any other media there.
Well, it will probably be in the paper tomorrow then.
Yeah, and it might be on the website later this afternoon if it isn't already.
Did she see you? Did she see you, you think?
I don't know. I don't know which reporter. I was too busy concentrating on my stream and my, you know. I don't know even if she was there at the time, because we were at the 6th Avenue McDonald's, 6th and University. Yeah, that's when we were at. And that was at noon that one started.
She's not my first choice.
No, not mine either.
Elizabeth Warren, and we get a woman too that way. What do you know about Elizabeth Warren?
There are some things that I like about her. You know, she has a lot of things in common with Bernie Sanders.
Yes, I like Bernie too.
The only thing I don't like is their stance on Israel and Palestine. I don't like, you know, they...
Both of them are not good on that?
Yeah, both of them.
Yes.
So that kind of loses it for me.
How about Hillary though? She's terrible on that.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, she loses it for me too on it.
She's in with Wall Street.
Yeah. Yep. Last time she checked, anyway.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good.
Seen you for a while. How you been?
Yep. Oh, I've been busy.
Yeah.
Finding things to stream.
Yeah.
I would like to get more people to do it, because there may be times where I can't get to a location.
Sure.
And you know, I can't be the only streamer in Des Moines. You know, as big as the city is,
Right.
as big as the activist community is starting to get.
Right. Exactly. That's the thing. Yeah. Shouldn't have to be either. Right? Good. All right. Well, thanks for that, guys.
Yep.
Would you like one?
No, I'm just.
Oh, okay. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't want the wind to take it.
How was that rally earlier?
Oh, the McDonald's. We decided to only hit the 6th Avenue McDonald's and not go to the other one, because we got such a awesome street response. We even had 3 people just come up and join us. Yeah, they didn't go with us to the franchise owner's office, but they did join us. I think it was their first time protesting anything. I think he got a holy bag.
Yeah, I know. It's a holy bag, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna come back and get something. No worries. Here, how about I'll trade you. Here, you can take this.
Yeah, this is like.
We're just going right across the street.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna help these guys carry their things back to their vehicle.
Yeah, that's nice.
So in the meantime, I want to thanks for watching. Please hit up my donation links below, and I'll see you on the stream.